Hello, I am Dr. Mario Wong, specialist in clinical nutrition, metabolism, and geriatric health. Today, I want to talk to you about something you are probably doing every single day without realizing the profound impact it has on your body. Perhaps while watching this video, you have a coffee with sugar next to you, a cookie, a soda, or some small treat that seems harmless. Because of that, I want to tell you something from the start. You might want to pause this video, take a deep breath, and listen carefully. Because the more aware you become of what sugar does inside your body, the less you will want to consume it. I see people around me all the time consuming massive amounts of sugar, and honestly, I think, how can they do this without knowing what is happening inside their organism? I don't say this from a place of judgment. I say it from a place of awareness. Most people don't do it out of irresponsibility. They do it because no one has explained it to them clearly. We all more or less know that sugar makes you gain weight, that it causes cavities, fatty liver, high cholesterol, acne, hypertension, candida infections, or that it lowers your defenses. We've all heard that before, but what almost no one tells you is what occurs in the deepest part of your cells, at the level where health or disease truly originates. This is where a key concept comes in that I want you to understand simply. Most modern diseases are metabolic diseases. And what does that mean? When we talk about metabolism, we aren't just talking about calories or losing weight. We are talking about a fundamental structure inside every single one of your cells called the mitochondria. The mitochondria are literally the energy factories of your body. They are responsible for taking the fuel you eat and converting it into usable energy. So your heart can beat, your brain can think, your muscles can move, and your organs can function. The problem is that when mitochondria are damaged, everything begins to fail. Mitochondrial dysfunction is behind most non-infectious diseases: cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, obesity, liver diseases, kidney diseases, Alzheimer's, which many specialists today already call type 3 diabetes, and even cancer. In fact, something that is shocking to many people is knowing that a cancer cell is not born as a cancer cell. It is a normal cell that, due to damaged mitochondria, loses its correct way of producing energy. Without mitochondrial damage, cancer simply cannot develop. And here is where we must make an important pause, because many things damage the mitochondria, but at the very top of the list is sugar, and everything that quickly turns into sugar. I'm referring to refined carbohydrates: flour, white bread, pasta, cereals, cookies, muffins, pancakes, waffles, sweets, and ultra-processed products. All of that, once it enters your body, ends up converted into glucose, and in many cases, also into fructose. When we talk about sugar, we must understand something else. Today, a large part of the sugar consumed, especially in industrialized countries, comes from beets and high fructose corn syrup. Fructose does not behave the same as glucose. While glucose can be used by almost every cell in the body, fructose can only be metabolized by the liver. This means that every time you consume large amounts of sodas, industrial juices, or sweetened products, you are directly overloading your liver and the mitochondria that live inside it. And although many people think that honey or table sugar are more natural, you should know that even common sugar is half glucose and half fructose. The difference between refined sugar and the natural sugar found in fruit is enormous, because fruit comes accompanied by fiber, antioxidants, and protective compounds that buffer the damage. Refined sugar arrives alone, concentrated and without any defense. Now, what exactly happens inside the mitochondria when you consume too much sugar? The mitochondria have a very clear function. Use oxygen to convert fuel into energy. But when they are damaged by excess sugar, they lose that capacity and enter a state of low oxygen, which we call cellular hypoxia. From there, highly reactive molecules called free radicals or reactive oxygen species are produced, generating enormous oxidative damage within the cell. This oxidative stress doesn't just damage the mitochondria, it damages the mitochondrial DNA. This is key because mitochondria have their own DNA, separate from the rest of the cell. When that DNA mutates, the mitochondria can no longer repair themselves correctly. They begin to fail, decrease in number, and produce less and less energy. The result is a tired, inflamed body, with organs functioning at half capacity and an increasing risk of chronic diseases. I want you to connect this with something you might already know: diabetes. When sugar damages proteins in the blood, products are formed that the body cannot easily eliminate. This is where the famous hemoglobin A1C test comes from. But this damage doesn't stay in the blood. It extends to nerves, kidneys, eyes, and the brain. This is why we see complications like peripheral neuropathy, that tingling, burning, or numbness in the feet and hands that so greatly affects quality of life. And here, another silent protagonist appears: vitamin B1, also called thiamine. B1 is absolutely essential for mitochondria to function well. The more sugar you consume, the more B1 your body needs. The problem is that excess sugar quickly depletes B1 reserves. When B1 is missing, neurological problems, anxiety, insomnia, racing thoughts, nerve damage, memory problems, and worsening diabetic neuropathy appear. In many cases, correcting this deficiency can remarkably improve these symptoms. Something similar occurs with zinc, another fundamental nutrient for protecting the mitochondria. Refined sugar also depletes zinc, leaving the mitochondria even more vulnerable. Therefore, every time you eat a sweet, you aren't just raising your glucose, you are draining essential nutrients that your body needs to survive. And there is something else that sugar does that almost no one mentions. It inhibits a wonderful process called mitophagy. Mitophagy is the body's ability to recycle old or damaged mitochondria and replace them with new, efficient ones. It is a vital cleaning and renewal mechanism to prevent serious diseases like cancer. But when you consume sugar constantly, this process stops. It's as if your body remains full of broken energy factories with no possibility of replacing them. So given all this, the logical question is, Doctor, what can we do? And here comes the hopeful part. The first and most important thing is to drastically reduce sugar and refined carbohydrates. Low-carbohydrate diets, such as a well-guided ketogenic diet, allow mitochondria to recover, reduce oxidative stress, and return to producing energy efficiently. Many people feel surprising improvements in energy, mental clarity, and general well-being in a very short time. Exercise also plays a fundamental role, especially high-intensity interval training, although any type of movement helps. Exercise stimulates the creation of new mitochondria and strengthens the ones you already have. This is why, although it's not an excuse to eat sugar, exercise can buffer part of the damage in active people. Other powerful strategies include intermittent fasting, which stimulates mitophagy, controlled cold exposure, which forces the body to generate more mitochondria, sleeping well, because a lack of sleep destroys mitochondria, safe sun exposure, and reducing chronic stress, which also directly affects mitochondrial function. Additionally, certain foods and natural compounds like resveratrol, quercetin, green tea, garlic, and nutrients like B-complex vitamins and coenzyme Q10 support mitochondrial health. It's not about doing everything perfectly, but about starting to make more conscious decisions every day. I want to give you a very clear call to action. Don't just keep this information to yourself. Start today by reducing visible sugar. Question the products you buy. Read labels. Move your body. Sleep better and take care of your mitochondria for what they truly are, the energetic heart of your life. If this message has served you, share it with someone you love. Subscribe to the channel and leave a comment if you want us to dive deeper into how to strengthen your mitochondria step by step. I am Dr. Mario Wong, and for me, it is an honor to accompany you on this path. See you in the next one.